Welcome to GCCars. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is the Ram 1500 Limited. So we've had the Ford, we've had the GMC, we've had the Silverado. Time to get the big three, the Ram 1500.
Trying to ram the competition.
Apparently, we're not liable for any acts of violence that occur based on this video. First of all, we're gonna take a look at the exterior, then we're gonna take a look at the interior. But my man, this thing is tall as shoot right now.
We feel pretty short right now.
I feel pretty short, so lock twice, this twice. There we go.
That was like a GTA G code.
Right? It's really like a G code. So, air suspension. We're gonna lower this baby, and we're gonna, like I said, talk about the exterior first, and we're gonna talk about the interior, and at the end we're gonna compare it to the F-150 Limited, to the GMC Sierra Denali, because this baby is specced out to over $100,000 Canadian.
100 bands.
That's a lot. And if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe.
All right, now that we don't look miniature next to this massive truck.
Right. The Lowrider now.
Now that our self-esteem has been boosted.
Oh, our self-esteem is definitely boosted. We feel tall now next to the Ram. I'm gonna call it Ram every time because it's more fun to say than Ram.
It's rugged, rough.
No, yeah,
built for a real man. Where's your plaid? You're wearing a white shirt.
I know my plaid's in the laundry, okay?
You're not dressed for a truck.
I know. My specific truck. What do we think of the styling?
I think the truck is, I mean, I know you can go first because I know you're in love with it.
I really like how this looks. I think in its normal height, not low or tall like it's in hillbilly country, no offense, that this is quite frankly the sexiest truck on the market. Like this one is, it's longer, taller, and wider, by the way, than all the other trucks.
Beyond that competition, I think that I'm going to go against the grain. I think for me, the front end of the Denali is a little bit sexier, but that's subjective, right? Okay. Whatever you like, you like. This is a nice looking.
I love the headlights. I love how it's integrated into the chrome. You know, I like all the chrome because it reminds me of a semi-truck. You know, like those big old Kenworths and stuff like Peterbilts. You know, I have like, you have that.
I like more blacked out look, but anyway,
you do.
It's a nice looking front end.
Blacked out for the Raptors, okay? Okay, Raptors still look better than this. Raptors look the best. The Raptors are cool. But Delmonico Red Pearl is our color, which is apparently a steak. Delmonico is a steak.
Well, so it's a well done color, so.
It's a nice one.
We should cut that out.
We got 22-inch wheels. These are optional. They cost us about $1,000. Or
really?
$1,000, yeah. So you don't have to take them, but you can get them here. And for once, I'm not going to complain about 22-inch wheels.
I mean, if you want a steak, you want to have it with the potatoes, right?
Wow, we're reaching. HEMI eTorque, because this is the mild hybrid of the Ram. And from the side, it looks like a truck.
Yeah,
it's a truck.
Yeah. And we got these little, when you open the door.
With the side steps, which you did notice.
They flex. I mean, Eric's not exactly the heaviest guy in the world.
Hey, I gained 10 pounds.
But you got a guy who weighs 300 pounds stepping on that. I want to see how much that flexes.
I have faith in this, but it does flex.
I mean, you can flex on them while flexing on them, right?
We got our RAMBOXES, $1,500, and you get like 2 little cubbies on both sides.
I love the RAMBOX.
These are so cool.
There's so much you can put. I've had a friend who put beers in here. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
You can put anything in here.
You can use it as a cooler, like you said. You can fill in water and drain it afterwards. You can wash it out. I have my laptop bag for work here. These are so good.
Recovery equipment.
Like honestly, get them. $1,500 is a bargain. Get them. They're on both sides. That's cool.
They are plastic, which I noticed. I think that's for corrosion reasons, I'm assuming, because people put water and stuff in here.
Probably, and if you do that stuff, and you might get them scratched with metal cans and all that. The rear end, okay, it's a truck.
But it's unique how it opens.
It is unique. So everyone has their fancy tailgate, right? This one is split, and we got an echo in here. Hello. So we got a split tailgate.
I don't know which one I'd prefer, to be honest with you. I don't really know. I think that's just them kind of trying to separate themselves.
Yeah, you kind of just have to know what you need. But I think I'm team Denali on this. Having the step and you can put it into a seat is kind of sick.
One reason for wanting this is lifting stuff into the truck. You don't have to get over that tailgate that lifted down, right? You can easily. There's no obstacle.
Oh, that's true.
Think about it. There's no obstacle here.
If you put
if you want to lift something into this truck, you can lift it right from here.
Or even a ramp in there to get some.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. Gives you options.
Clever. And of course you have a step down here. Just got to fold it down and then you can get in. I'm not getting in right now because we have a tonneau cover, which I'm not going to take off because it's a bed down there. 53.9 cubic feet of space in there. Less than the Silverado and the Denali, but to be fair, if they have like a taller side, that automatically gives you more cubic feet. Can't really compare it that way. And of course we have the RAMBOXES, but
let's go inside.
Let's do that. Okay, inside the Ram 1500. Those are our steps going back in, and
finally loaded.
finally loaded. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the screen in a second. There's a thing to talk about here. But my God, is this beautiful.
It's a nice interior.
It's a really, really nice.
I think I counted about 7 different distinct materials in here.
Yeah, so I'm a sucker for like different materials. And if you look at this door, for example, so first of all, you have like this blue leather, white contrast stitching, cloth, really nice wood. Then we have plastic to be fair, but then quilted leather, back to cloth. It's just very nice. And like all the materials, even the dashboard.
Very soft.
Is nice. Like this, in my opinion, the Denali's close. This is the nicest truck interior.
It's very nice. I'm not sure how I feel about the cloth. It's nice. I'm not sure.
I think fair enough. I mean, I think that's a personal preference.
Yeah.
It's not like it's bad.
No.
I think cloth is underused in car interior materials, but
this roof liner.
the roof liner is
Very nice.
really nice.
Very nice.
Like overall, this is a really material quality wise beautiful interior, and it just shows me also how far forward it is. Like I'm sorry, like there's a lot to like about the F-150. I'm not saying it's a bad vehicle. But just in terms of
you're gonna cue the fanboys.
I'm trying to stem it. But in terms of interior materials, this is just so good.
And the Ford's more expensive.
And the Ford's more expensive. We'll get to that. But talk a bit more about usability. So before we get to the tech, which is also quite good.
I mean, this space here. Look at this, and we got this dual.
So you have dual glove box.
And it's just it's
center
huge.
console.
It's a cavity.
It's cool. And if you have some math problems, you got some math stuff
And then we got
there.
the slidey.
Yeah, you can like slide the whole center console backwards, so you can kind of decide where you have much space, and you have like different trays, all within a wooden cover.
Nice little phone holder here that works.
Phone holder with wireless charger. You have USB-C twice and full USB front and back. You have more USB in here. All the controls, like they're just easy accessible, even with gloves, shifter. We have
Glove box and another storage compartment
2
here.
glove boxes. It's really good. We have more space up here, of course. We have another outlet up here.
I mean, stitching up here as well.
It's ridiculous, even on the dashboard.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. Yeah.
Going on to tech.
Going on to tech. So what you also notice is we have all the optional trailer stuff, right? We have trailer brake, trailer steering, whatever you need. And if you're hauling, we have the digital rear view mirror.
Which I'm a huge fan of.
It's such a good feature. GMC has it, Chevy has it. Ford doesn't have it in the truck.
It's nice to creep on whoever's driving behind you.
Right, yeah, you can literally like see through their windscreen.
See them picking their
kind
nose.
It's kind of creepy, actually. We have a digital gauge cluster, which I, for the most part, really like. You can have the maps in there. I think it's the worst one out of the big 3. This totally works. My only complaint is the glass on the side is kind of shaped, and it reflects
glary.
Stuff. Yeah. So I like the sides are kind of like always a little blurred out for me. The big issue here, though, is kind of the Uconnect center screen. So
it's slow, first of all.
It is slow. So so we switch seats, right? When we switch seats, because the other person is driving, this also switches profiles. This legit takes 2 minutes.
Maybe more.
Like because it changes like everything, the layout and your radio favorites and everything, and like even more than 2 minutes, where the whole display is just unusable.
Right.
Now, you're not going to do that much. Like, you're not going to switch seats much. And once you have it, like, it's fairly quick. Not right now.
That wasn't very quick.
Not right now.
No, it's not quick.
On paper, when I used it most of the time, it was fairly quick. The TomTom, I'm going to use it anyway. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wireless.
There's a few second delay from click to actual. My biggest issue with this is the actual usable screen space for especially for navigation.
Yeah.
It's like the size of an iPhone.
Yeah, because... Yeah, it's just not great because it's vertical. Like the navigation doesn't take up the whole screen. It really only takes up the top half or third. And same for Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So you literally have, your phone is just as big as the screen you have.
I don't understand. Why not? Why is it like, I'm not a developer, so I don't know what the roadblock is here.
Yeah, it's not, it's just, I don't know.
You got
That's where you notice it's a little older than the F-150 and the Sierra. Like I don't mind this too much. During my week, I wasn't annoyed by this. It's definitely something noticeable though compared to the other trucks, that this is just a little bit behind.
You know what else is noticeable? All this piano black.
Oh yeah, there's some piano black on the yeah.
And I also noticed when driving, I was mentioning that I really had to look off the road to see the screen.
Yeah, it's like far away, especially if you have to do something below there. You kind of have to.
It seems unnatural.
It's not. Point for Eric. I always say I like the tablet look because you can easily.
Well, the
see
Denali,
it.
the Denali didn't have that issue.
Yeah, but it's a little more tablety. It's
right,
like,
but it's still integrated.
Okay. Back seats.
I mean, there's so much space in that back seat. If you don't fit in there, I mean, I don't
Have
know
you
what to
been in
tell
an S-Class? Then you know how it is back there. It is great. The materials are just as good. You can probably fit like 8 foot tall people, 8 feet tall people in
It's
there.
huge.
It's so incredible. You can even recline in this one, which is kind of neat.
I mean, you have 6 cup holders back there.
6 cup
How many
holders.
drinks do you need?
How many big gulps can you get? It's like a challenge at this point.
We have heated and ventilated
In the back,
in the
and
back
in the front.
and in the front, yeah.
And it's really like you don't get ventilated seats in the back often. Of course, you have under seat storage. You have these cool little trays on both sides, like in the floor,
Yep.
where you can put more stuff. Like it's super usable.
Double USB, double USB-C back there.
It's so good. Big sunroof we can open up.
But we have no massaging seats.
Yeah, it's true. So the Denali offers it, the Silverado offers it, I think the Silverado offers it, and the Ford technically offers it, but you can't get it because there's no chips at the time of making this video.
But of course, you don't really get a discount, right? Just typical.
$50.
Ooh, wow. Thanks so much.
But yeah, this doesn't offer massaging seats, which is kind of like this one step that is maybe perhaps
I
missing.
mean, you look into this interior, this looks like an interior that has massaging seats, you know?
Yeah,
You
because
expect that.
everything else is so good about this.
Yeah,
But
it should have massaging seats.
it's a truck. We got a big old V8. Should we go ram the road? Ram the road?
That's kind of shit.
I mean, I'm trying to be a little cringe.
Let's go.
Alrighty, on the ram. Are you ready to feel the power of this HEMI V8?
I have a feeling my head's not going to hit the back of the seat here, the headrest, but let's see.
Put into drive, brake torque. Oh, okay, that was 2-wheel drive, but goes
Yeah.
decently well.
You can feel the weight, but there's, you know,
Just enjoy the sound,
the sound kind of makes up for it.
right? So yeah, it's not like super duper fast. It's a truck, whatever. We got a 5.7 liter HEMI V8 producing 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque.
A blistering 6.2 seconds. to
A
100.
blistering 6.1. I mean, yeah, the other trucks were faster, but come on, like
It's the slower powertrain of the trucks we tested.
but
it does the
still,
trick.
It's like 6,000 pounds.
It does the trick.
It sounds great, and we have the eTorque system, so this is a mild hybrid.
Which theoretically should give you better gas mileage. but
Shall we
how?
check?
Wow.
Welcome to Mythbusters.
Eee,
Do
yeah,
mild
yeah,
hybrid
yeah,
EVs
yeah.
give you a better gas mileage? Busted. 14.9 liters right now. Fair
I mean,
enough.
we have been idling today.
Yes, but all the cars on our list include idling.
Yep.
So...
Well, if I go back and look here, the F-150 was about 13.2, and the 6.2 liter V8 Sierra was 13.9.
Naturally aspirated goddess from GM. So yeah, so this is kind of similar to remember what we had in the Grand Cherokee, where we were
Yes.
down on power and up on fuel consumption. Similar story, although like this is a more powerful version. And the Grand Cherokee was a bit too much for me to like the HEMI. This one, honestly, I don't mind it too much. The mild hybrid has a few other benefits, like, you know, the AC keeps running when you stop. The start and stop is smoother, all of that.
And maybe the 8-speed transmission might have something to do with that.
Yes, so if you had a, you know, hypothetically, maybe a 10-speed would, you know, fix a bit more of that fuel consumption. Overall, though, it doesn't, it's like terrible.
No.
So yeah, I can live with it.
All right, time for a handling test.
Time for a handling test. I put her into 4-wheel drive auto to get a bit more, you know, power down. We're gonna chill here a little. And power me out. Thank you. You know, mild scent. Like this handles totally fine.
Adequate.
Exactly. Go back to 2-wheel drive because when it's safe gas and we don't need 4-wheel drive right now. But just to sum up our conversation about the drivetrain, and before we bring up the F-150 and all that, I think, which we're going to bring up at the end, this is an NAV8. I got no complaints. Listen, like this is still a great drivetrain. Maybe not quite as good as the other ones or some of the other ones, but I still love this drivetrain. I'm still happy with it overall. Shall we change seats though?
Yeah, let me see how the drivetrain is.
All right.
All right.
Back on the road. On the ram.
On the ram. I'm not used to pickups. They really make you feel
Invincible, strong,
in command of
competent. Oh, okay. Sorry, just didn't know. I'm just now hitting home on the steering team. I love trucks. No, but jokes aside, let's talk a little bit about like ride quality, because we have the air suspension in here, right? So first of all, as you've seen in the intro, you can lower and raise it as you please, and then we can ride above the road. And I think the ride quality overall,
No complaints.
yeah, I agree. Like the only trucks that really ride better are like a ZR2 or Raptor and probably a TRX. You know, everything that's off-road.
You love the Raptor. I mean,
But I mean, it was really good. Give us a TRX, by the way, please. Thank you.
Ooh.
But no, this honestly, this rides super well, and I think the same goes for noise. This is a very quiet cabin, which is once again where you kind of notice that definitely Ram did go for a bit more of a refined cabin and kind of a refined.
yeah, and it
drive.
shows.
It is. I love V8s. Oh,
You just hear the gas burning.
I don't care. If it sounds so good, just like burn it all.
Burn it all.
Right? Burn it all. Burn all the gas. Burn all my
Burn
money.
all the fossils.
As long as it sounds like a V8, I'm good with it. And next week is an EV, by the way, just for the record. I'm not.
Hey, we're going
equaling out here.
carbon neutral now.
Right. But yes, ride is really nice. Noise is pretty good. Just kind of like we're in the interior segment. The tech though is all right. So we do have a lane keep assist, but yeah, it's like one of those that kind of bounces you back. That's it. We have like emergency braking, automated, like cruise control, like the things you expect, but nothing really beyond.
Compare that to
The Denali Ultimate, which offers Super Cruise, which is the best autonomous driving system on the market in North America.
Yep.
Ford technically offers Blue Cruise, even though it never worked for me, so we'll just leave a question mark there. But at least they have, like, with adaptive cruise control, they have like a steering assistance, active centering assist, right? So there is a bit more tech here. But yeah, overall, we got to put this into perspective, this Ram, because if you're shopping for a truck, pretty much the question, I'll just go ahead and say we can ignore Tundra and all that, like, just get a domestic. Like, if you get a truck, get a domestic truck.
I would agree, and I'm a fan of Toyota,
Yeah.
but when it comes to trucks, it's a different story.
It's an American product. It's an American idea. Just get the trucks from the big three. And we've driven, well, Sierra Denali you've been in, you haven't
I have
driven
not driven it.
We had the F-150 Limited recently, so that was a hybrid top trim.
And the Lightning, which we won't even bring into this discussion. But
Yeah, the Lightning, that's a totally different discussion, right? And then we had the Sierra Denali Ultimate, all if you spec them out these days, within about 6,000. It gets super close. This one is at 102,785. The Denali comes in, if you spec Super Cruise, at about 104, 105, and the F-150 just a little above that. So let's go like bit by bit, interior wise. I think
F-150's last,
yes.
period.
The F-150 material quality, it does not stand up close to the Denali or the Ram, and I think the Ram is just that little bit above the Denali Ultimate if you don't care about massage seats or the tech as much. Like, this is better material quality, but some of the other items that are offered in the Denali are just a little...
I like the infotainment better than the Denali.
Definitely, the infotainment is much better.
Like, for me, the combination of like massage sheets plus the better infotainment. I personally like the aesthetics of the exterior better, but that's totally subjective.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
But then you get into other things like towing and gas mileage.
So
and
towing is actually great that you bring that up, because towing, as spec, this one only tows 7,926 pounds,
right.
which is nothing.
But there is an option.
Exactly. So this is because we have the 3.92 rear axle ratio. You can get a 321, and then you can tow roughly, as spec here, 11,500 pounds.
Which puts it up there with the F-150.
Which puts it up with the leader, the F-150, which is also sitting at 11,500 pounds, and actually above the Denali Ultimate, which sits at just shy of 10,000 pounds. I think like 9,500. I mean, there's an argument to be made, maybe, okay, you know, if you buy a truck and you want to tow more than 10,000, just go heavy duty. But considering we've had SUVs that towed as much as this truck, I'm like...
But then that bumps the price up a bit, right? So
that bumps the price up, and the fuel economy is worse.
Yes,
even more.
a lot worse.
Which is where we really get to the biggest differentiator, I think, between these trucks: drivetrain. What do you think? Like, comparing this HEMI V8 to at least the limited F-150, the V6 hybrid.
It had more power. I mean, even on paper it has more power, and in practical use it had more
The
power.
F-150?
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely.
It has like 110 more foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah, it's
I
like in
believe.
the 600 range, if I remember correctly.
570.
Something like that. So it definitely was a lot more. It has a lot more go, but in terms of like smoothness, do you have like a preference of like which one you?
I don't think there was a night and day differentiation.
Okay.
If I'm being totally honest.
Honestly, both of them are really good.
Yeah.
I generally agree. I think the 10-speed, I prefer the 10-speed of the Ford, but I do prefer the V8. This,
Of
in terms
course,
of
the
its smoothness,
sound,
the low-end
the
torque,
sound,
the
everything.
sound, yeah, the sound that the HEMI offers. So I'm kind of split on that,
Then you got the Denali with the 6.2 liter.
which just is the best. Like I'm sorry, like the 6.2 liter in the Denali and then the Silverado has more power than this. It's more fuel efficient than this, despite not being a hybrid. And it's just, honestly, this with the 10-speed that GM offers is one of the best drivetrains on the planet. Really, to form a conclusion here, is this worth $100,000?
I mean, in these times, right?
what
I don't think
is-
any of these trucks is worth $100,000, personally.
That's what you think?
No, $100,000 is a lot of money.
True. It is a lot of money. But on the other hand, this kind of does it all. You can be comfortable cruising, you can haul, you can tow, you can go moderate.
You can
quick
tow with that,
with the other package.
right? Which would change
Or
the
at
fleet
least
dynamics.
if you need to tow more than just, like a big RV trailer.
Uh-huh.
And you can go camping, you can go off-roading. Like, I mean, for 100 grand, like, I know 100 grand is a lot for trucks.
But that's just how it is these days.
That's how it is these days, and there's not much, like, if you need to do everything, like, these are kind of like the jack of all trades, in my opinion.
I'm a fan of the storage in this vehicle. I'm a fan of the drivetrain.
There's some clever solutions they use here.
I'm a fan of the interior minus the infotainment system.
Right. But it sounds like you still prefer the Denali at the end of the day.
I do. Like, I personally, subjectively, I like the looks of it, the exterior better. I like that you get a more powerful engine with better fuel mileage.
I think,
And I like the infotainment a lot better.
like, I am so incredibly split that I still have not decided which one I like more, but I think if I have to make a decision right now,
You're going to go with the Ram.
I'm going to go with the Denali.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So we're in agreement.
For two reasons. It's the tiniest of decisions for me.
For me, it's the tech.
That Super Cruise, that massage.
Yeah.
And I think it's just enough to put me over. And the drivetrain.
Right.
I think having massage, having Super Cruise, which is incredibly convenient and comfortable,
And more power with better fuel mileage.
and more power, better fuel economy, and a bit smoother, that just kind of leads me to pick Denali over the Ram. If you're just looking for comfort, Ram's great. If you're looking for capability, the F-150 is it. But for the best combination, I would go Denali.
Yep.
Okay, but just to throw a wrench into it
Just to make the Ford fanboys a little bit,
and make everyone upset,
yeah,
this Denali or Lightning?
lightning.
Lightning, yeah, Lightning. Sorry.
Just
If you live within a city and you don't need to tow much, like Lightning is just more refined, more powerful. Rides
way,
like a
but don't
dream.
even way more powerful.
Like it's
insane.
just like the Lightning is just insane.
But you guys can let us know what.
Yeah, I'm actually real curious.
Yeah.
What do you guys prefer? Like you've seen now reviews from all the trucks. Which one do you prefer? Let us know. And why is it the
fight.
Raptor?
Feel free to fight in the comment section because
Yeah,
we know that's
this is-
coming.
I don't know. People are so totally civil when we talk about trucks. No one ever gets upset about anything.
Oh, man.
Jokes aside, we upload videos every single week. Coming up next is something I don't know because our schedule in real life is different from the video schedule. So
Right.
you shall find out just as we will find out. And thank you so much for watching.
If you like the video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and tune in for the next video. Thank you guys so much.
Bye-bye.
I
I don't know. Were we in the take? Were we not in the take?
don't know where we were.
Is it taken? Is
Where
Liam
are we?
Neeson
What
showing
year is
up?
it?
What is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is big trucks and big engines.
I like that.